Okay, this is our seventh meeting, and we are going to talk about kids and technology. But before we discuss for this slide or for the lesson in this slide, oops, I would like to know, okay, from each of you. Nowadays, we know that our life is can't be avoided from the technology. However, from starting from the morning, when we open our eyes, it often happen. Most of us, yeah, we how to say that, we look for our device, our handphone when we open our eyes. That also gives to me. I look for my handphone only for looking at the what time is it. Or if it is still morning, I will back again. I will back again to my bed. But if it's still late, so I'll wake up and get up, hurry. So, but there is a big difference. We know that there is a big difference from the life in the past time. Maybe when we are teenager or when we were in a child, when we were child, with the kids nowadays. Yeah. While kids starting from newborn, they know how to operate handphone. even even only to open YouTube, they know the YouTube symbols in the screen. Even they can't read, they know how to operate the headphone. They know how to open the application that they want, how to play the game. That is the kids nowadays. While when we first time to when we first time learn how to operate the handphone, for example, it's like awkward for us. While for the children, they only swipe, move their finger on the screen, especially now the touch screen. It's different with us when we knew the first handphone maybe with the QWERTY pads, if you still remember. QWERTY pads. Yeah, QWERTY. And then yeah, that's the life. Everything's changed, especially for the in terms of technology. Okay. Everything has two sides, whether bad and positive, whether negative and positive. And now our task, our homework is how do we use that technology to help our kids or to support our kids in shaping their dreams, in how to utilize, utilize mean utilize. Okay, utilize mean memanfaatkan. How we utilize this technology, yeah, to make our young generation become better in the future. Okay, and before we go to the discussions, I want to know opinion from you. How far the technology influence our life? Starting from Mr. Fudin, maybe. I want to know your opinion.
Okay, thank you, Miss, for the question. I think
Mm-mm.
it is an interesting question, as we know that uh, in the nowadays, especially in the pandemic, the
Mm-mm.
technology is
Yep.
very applicable in our life or social life and in our workplace. Uh, if you if 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 I can say that how far the technology influence,
Mm-mm.
uh, we can say that the technology or we can say smartphone is like our best friend because uh, it is apa ini ada dimanapun kita berada itu.
Okay, we can find it everywhere.
Yeah, it everywhere. Even
Everywhere.
yeah, even if we know that in the USA they develop a robotic that can accompany a human like an animal or something like that. And I think the worst of the technology is when this technology that we use to yeah to fight the other country or to use it in the war yeah because the technology cannot difference between maybe who is man, who is children, who is
Okay.
a woman. So if someone use technology like maybe a drone to kill someone, to kill people in the other country, it can be worse.
Okay, yeah, the technology or the nation, they can't differentiate who is the user of the technology itself. Okay, thank you. Next, Miss Flo, how do you think about technology influence our life nowadays?
The technology influence our daily activity as a parent because the online school.
Yes.
So we use Zoom, and I had a children which is now school in play group. Yeah. And I think when we are child, we mengaji, bahasa Inggrisnya apa?
Okay,
Pray, ya.
we can say recite Al Quran or Iqra, or we go to the mosque. We went to the mosque.
Yes, Miss, we went to the mosque and we read our Al Quran in front of our teacher. But now my children recited buku Wafa book. Yes, Miss.
Wafa book, yeah.
In front of handphone, and this is for me. And as a parent, I should learn to with my children.
Okay.
But before I start the Zoom meeting, I teach my children first. Then the children maybe already to read Wafa book in front of the teacher, Miss.
Okay, I see. And it's not easy, right, to control our child, especially for their mood, because it will affect their, how to say that, their willingness to uh, to learn through online platform, because as we know that the children, they will do whatever they want to do. They don't care because they don't know about their life. They don't understand about the life, whether they have to like about the kewajiban, how to say that. I forgot with this word with duty, for their duty, maybe as students. If they got a bad mood, they don't want. They don't want to learn, especially by using online platform, because online platform make them maybe a little bit bored with the system of the online learning. Okay. Thank you, Miss Flo and Mr. Ferdin. Next, I want to hear opinion from Miss Nuni. How do you think about how the technology influence our life nowadays?
Okay, thank you for the question. I think
Mm-mm.
there is some several influence to uh, by influence technology to our life,
Mm-mm.
especially
Mm-mm.
because in nowadays, especially in pandemic era, all activity, even at work or a study,
Mm-mm.
even in health services, they
Mm-mm.
change the traditional
Method?
method
Mm-mm.
become a technology method,
Mm-mm.
uh, and the and the and that condition have to good impact about influence of teknologi in
Mm-mm.
peningkatan teknologi,
Okay, increase of
increasing
technology.
of
Mm-mm.
technology of the technology.
Mm-mm.
But in the other side, increasing of technology have big effect too if the user don't use technology in a good way, maybe like that.
Okay, yes, as I said before, everything in this life bring two effects, bad and good effect, especially for the technology, and a special one is for our kids. Well, that is our discussion tonight, kid versus technology. I hope that you have answer for the exercise. Wait a minute, I have to find out for the slide first. Okay, kids and technology. Okay, this one here it is. Okay, so for the warming apps, and here are the words or the terms that related to the technology issues. So I hope that you have answered this one. So now we can discuss. How do you think for tablet? What is tablet?
A mobile computer that has a touch screen.
Okay. And what about give someone company?
To
To
prevent someone
from
from feeling
feeling
lonely.
Okay. How about generation Y?
The group of people born just before the new millennium
Yes, I can then caution.
to warn about dangers,
one
Dangerous. Okay. Obesity.
condition of having excess body weight,
Yeah, body weight. That is the keywords. And then peer.
a
a
person
person in the same age or status group,
Okay. Happy medium.
a
a
healthy balance,
Okay. And then supervisions.
observance
observant or
Okay.
guide to
one
keep someone safe.
Okay. How about the app?
short for application, a
Short for
Yes.
special
application, a special
Okay.
program,
And the last one,
device
at one's fingertips.
available instantly.
Okay, available instantly. That's a smartphone provide, yeah, everyone's fingertips. Okay, and this one reading. So I want Miss Noni. Hello, Miss Noni. Can you help us to read aloud for this text?
Okay, Miss. Kids and technology, what will become of the E
I
generation?
I
I
generation.
generation.
Okay.
Children and teens who are growing up with mobile device in their homes are now being referred to as the I generation. Some
Mm-mm.
babies learn how to use tablets and smartphones before the age of 2. Instead of the toy or book, parents
Mm-mm.
pass their young ones a mobile device to keep them company or road trips and stroll. How long is too long for a child to be engaged on a mobile device? Literacy experts believe that screens have no place with babies and toddlers. Even before smartphones and tablets, this expert cautions parents of Generation Y kids to limit the time in front of television screen and video game consoles. Many teachers agree that screen time should be restricted
Restricted.
until a child can speak and read fluently.
Yes, okay, thank you. Next, Miss Flo, can you help me to read paragraph 3?
Number 3, health experts also have concerns about kids and technology. Studies suggest that screen time can change the development of the brain. Doctors also complain that overuse of technology contributes to obesity. Social skills may also suffer if kids aren't encouraged to go outside and play with their peers. Know that technology can be accessed on the go, but amount of time children spend using technology is higher than ever.
Okay, thank you. Next, Mr. Fudin, for paragraph 4 and 5, please.
Technology advocates believe there is such things as a happy medium. They argue that young children should have access to technology under adult supervision. They also believe that the internet is a wealth of information and that apps can be fun and educational. Often our children with mobile devices being closely supervised. Many children today have never experienced life without being constantly connected. They are accustomed
Accustomed. They are accustomed.
they are accustomed to having information at their fingertips. How will this generation's dependency on technology change the human race?
Okay, so related to the reading passage, the text, how do you think about these questions? What are your answers for these questions?
Still me, Miss?
Okay, start from Mr. Fudin. Number 1, how do you think about number 1?
Number 1, I generation refer to children and teens who are growing up with mobile devices in their homes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Fudin. Next, how about Miss Flo for number 2? Miss Flo?
According to the reading,
Okay, for number 2, or Miss Noni or Miss Flo? Whoever, you can open your microphone.
Sorry, Miss. Tadi masih
Okay.
mute.
Oh, yeah, okay. Miss Flo for number 2, please. According to the reading, what is surprising books and toys for babies and toddlers? Because you are a mother, okay? So how do you think about number 2? You can relate with your experience too as a mother.
According to the reading, they place it with a mobile phone. But as a experience as a mother, when I go on car with my children, maybe I will ask them to have a conversation, Miss, because my children is a talk active person and she want to talk around the journey
during the journey. Okay, I see. Good
yes,
job. Good job.
toy.
Good. And also it can be bonding, right? Between mom and children, right? Bonding
Yes,
time.
Miss.
Okay.
Morning.
Okay, it's awesome, Miss Flo. Okay, next I want to hear answer from Miss Nuni for number 3.
Yes, Miss. What were literacy experts worried about before mobile device?
Mm-mm,
Based on the text in
mm-mm,
paragraph 2,
mm-mm,
literacy expert believe that screen have no place with babies and toddlers.
mm-mm,
And even before smartphone and tablets, this expert caution parents of Generation Y to
mm-mm.
Generation Y kids
Okay.
to limit the time
Mm-mm.
of television and video games.
Okay. So still with you, Miss Nuni. How do you think about number 4?
What concern do health professionals have about the kids and technology?
Mm-mm,
Maybe when we look at the kids that have
mm-mm.
a developing pertumbuhan dan perkembangan,
Okay, the growth.
the
Their
growth,
growth. Okay.
they need to stimulate
Mm-mm,
in a lot of things to
mm-mm,
increase the brain development and
mm-mm.
increasing the kecerdasan,
Okay, okay.
intelligence or
Intelligence.
intelligence and the
Mm-mm.
young people in the golden age. And if this golden age dilewatkan,
Okay, miss.
um,
If they miss
miss
the
if
golden age.
yeah if the parents miss the golden age of the children, so they have to keting miss the um golden age to improve or to increase the
Mm-mm.
brain development too,
Okay.
I think.
So it is very important, right? We as a parents to have a moment, especially in their golden age. Okay. So because it will how to say influence for their inner child when they are growing adults, right? So thank you. Next, Mr. Budin, how do you think about number 5?
Yes.
Mm-mm.
How is life different
Yeah.
for children who
Mm-mm.
were born in the I generation compared to those born before mobile technology become the norm?
Okay.
Uh, I think in the old days, as my experience, children who born before mobile technology more playing outside
Mm-mm.
with the friends,
Mm-mm.
like swimming in the river, catch
Mm-mm.
a fish, and
Mm-mm.
maybe do some activity like
Mm-mm.
many games that
Uh-uh.
can play with with uh,
Their
with
friends, their
friend,
peer,
with their friend. Yes.
their
But
peers.
nowadays, children even can do anything like fishing in the smartphone
Mm-mm.
and maybe doing some activity uh, in the gadget. Then play around with the peer.
Mm-mm. Yes, I think that is the bad effects for the technology, especially for a smartphone. That goes to my child. Yeah, I ask him to go outside, to play outside, to play how to say that soil, and he he refused. He refused, and he doesn't want to play outside. Oh my god, it's hard for me to push him because he I can say that he is addicted to the gadget. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Still okay, back to Miss Flo. I want to hear from your opinion, Miss Flo, and then later on I want to hear from Miss Nuni for number 5.
Miss, belum berubah layarnya.
Oh yeah, we are still in number 5. This one. How is life different for children? Can you see it?
Yes,
Oh,
Miss.
oh okay,
I
okay.
think the big difference,
Mm-mm.
the children now can play their activity like education and fun in their gadget.
Mm-mm.
And many parents give their mobile phone to their children, so their children keep calm and sit down.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to capek-capek itu apa bahasa
Tired.
Inggrisnya?
Tired.
Tired,
Mm-mm.
and they didn't had too tired when keep on eye their children, but
Mm-mm.
it had a big impact to the children, had decreased their social life. Then when they meet people, they didn't know how to interact with people
Yeah.
and
Mm-mm.
become a shy people, Miss.
Yeah, yeah, I couldn't agree more with your statement, Miss Flo, Miss Ferdine. Okay, next, what about you, Miss Nani? You want to say something maybe related to the question number 5?
Yeah, maybe it's of course different about the I generation and the children that born before
Mm-mm.
mobile technology. It's
Mm-mm.
because um I agree with Mr. Hudin and Mr. Flo said,
Mm-mm.
and the children that born at the I generation, they just only sit and enjoy their day, just
Mm-mm.
only using the gadget,
Mm-mm.
even with a lot of hiburan,
Entertainment.
entertainment,
Mm-mm.
even it's like game or
Mm-mm.
YouTube video or another thing that will tadi apa hiburan?
Okay, entertain them.
Entertain them. But
Okay.
the other condition, it have a good impact too. Maybe like a lot of information or education
Mm-mm.
application,
Mm-mm.
it served to them. So if
Okay.
the parents or the adults around the child can mengarahkan,
Okay. We can say how to say guide. Guide.
yeah, if they can guide the child or the children to the right things to use a technology,
Mm-mm.
it will give a good impact too.
Okay.
Maybe like that
Okay.
thing.
As long as it how to say that when they play the gadget and it is under our supervision or
Mm.
adult supervision, I think it's still safe because it is very
It's hard.
scary. It is very scary to know that the picture, the songs in the social media, it is not safe for the children. I usually, if I hear, for example, my child listen to the songs that is not suitable with his age, I will ask him to skip. You have to skip, and for the videos too, and for some words that we never heard before, and now it happens in this generation. And I don't know what's the meaning of that kind of word. That's kind of slang language. That's why I have to be how to say tegas strict. I have to be strict because if we gonna be strict parents, then they won't follow us. So yeah, it's hard for us to. Sometimes it's hard for us to control. Maybe Miss Flo also how to say that have the same experience. We can't control our children to play with his gadget whole day. Why? Because we have another activities. We have another job. So that's why sometimes, yeah, as you said that we give the children gadget to make him comfortable or calm, yeah, calm down, not make the room mess up, not mess up the room because we feel tired to clean the room, you know. Okay, thank you so much for your point of view. Next, I move to this. Okay, the question is, how young is too young for a child to have access to a mobile device? Who wants to respond? Now, I don't want you to choose one of you, but I want you to, if you want to respond for number one, so you can open your microphone. For number one, in your opinion, what is the best age for children to have access for mobile device? Okay, Mr. Pudin.
Yes, Miss. I will try
Mm-mm.
to answer that. The experts say that I think how young is too young.
Mm-mm.
The experts say that until the children can read and
Speak.
can read,
Can read and
yeah, can
speak.
read and can read and speak. So if we relate to the age, maybe is 5 or 6 years for the child to have access
Mm-mm.
to a mobile device.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Okay. Yes, yes. In visuals, also from the facts, the experts say until the children can speak and read, speak fluently and read. Yeah, for some kids, yeah, for the children at age of 4 or age 5, as you said, age 5, yes, they can speak. Even maybe they can't read. Maybe for the can't read, maybe in the elementary, yeah, in elementary age, I think it is good, a good age for young children. Okay, thank you, Mr. Fudi. Next, number 2. Miss Flo or Miss Noni wants to respond. Okay, why the expert really concerned for the technology? Okay, Mr. Flo. Miss Flo,
Because
sorry. Mm-mm.
experts consume that the use of technology can affect to the brain development,
Mm-mm.
and the children can addict to use a mobile
Mm-mm.
phone, so they decrease their activity and become
Mm-mm.
obesity. We
Okay.
know that obesity in young children
Mm-mm.
have a bad impact,
Mm-mm.
so they have many problem health.
Mm-mm.
The children should have a motoric skill,
Yep.
and they should develop their skill
Mm-mm.
by golden age
Mm-mm.
until they had a man they have a man that this is his passion, so
Mm-mm.
it will could impact until they become a mature or adultness.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Flo. Next, regarding to number 3, yeah, I want Miss Nuni, regarding to your statement before that the gadget or technology has or brings good impact for the children. So, do you want to add for your statements before to respond question number 3?
What are some positive
Mm-mm.
aspects of children using
Mm-mm.
technology? As I said before, it's good effect if the children use the technology
Mm-mm.
in supervision of the adult or parents
Mm-mm.
that around them.
Mm-mm.
And another positive aspect children using
Yes.
technology,
Mm-mm.